Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a cooking vlog, guys. I saw this recipe on somebody's YouTube shorts, this cucumber salad video. Apparently it's viral everywhere. It's probably old by now, but I'm just now seeing it. I'm going to be trying that. I'm also going to be making chicken foot soup because it is Halloween. Don't knock it till you try it, y'all. All my Caribbean people out there know the deal. I'm going to be making chicken foot soup, and I'm also going to be making pumpkin spice flavored Rice Krispie treats. So let's get into this cucumber salad. Again, like I said, I saw on somebody's YouTube shorts, and it's super easy to make. And I am a big fan of smoked salmon, so I said, why not? But the recipe came out really good. It's really simple, just a few ingredients: cucumbers, red onions, capers, smoked salmon, and the cream cheese flavored onion and chives, or just chives, something like that. But it was really good. Even my husband liked that recipe, so y'all know it was good because my husband liked it, and he's really picky with his food. But yeah, let's get into the video. So guys, I apologize for the seasoning showing sideways. I guess I recorded the video upside down and I just couldn't get it right when I was editing. But anyway, you guys get the gist. You know, I had to add my little razzle dazzle into my recipe. I added onion powder, garlic powder, and I believe paprika. The recipe does not call for those seasonings, but I added my own little twist to it. Y'all know how I do. I forgot to mention the everything but the bagel seasoning is very vital for this recipe. It is a part of the recipe list, so do not forget that. I almost forgot that. Everything but the bagel seasoning. This did not disappoint. I expected it to be good because all the reviews that I saw on this recipe, everyone said it was good. So I was expecting it to be good, and it did not disappoint. It was actually good, y'all. Very few recipes I tried turn out good, but it was actually good. Y'all definitely should try this one. Very simple, easy, maybe a quick lunch or whatever, but it is really good, guys. Okay, y'all, so let's get into this chicken foot soup. I have been craving soup for a few days, and since it was Halloween, I decided to go ahead and do some chicken foot soup. Like I said prior, do not knock it until you try it. If you're not a fan of chicken foot, or if it is too weird for you or whatever, you can always replace the chicken foot with chicken, just regular pieces of cut up chicken, whatever kind of chicken you want to use, or turkey or whatever. But for this instance, I'm making chicken foot soup using the chicken foot. I got that at my local super Walmart, and here I am just cleaning it off with some vinegar, and then I am using my kitchen scissors to cut the claws off. It sounds weird, but again, don't knock it until you try it. But if you are not a fan of gelatinous texture, maybe this is not for you. But I love a good chicken foot. I love cow foot. I haven't had that in a long time. But if you're not a fan of that type of texture, it's not for you. Just go ahead and use different cuts of chicken or some other kind of meat, y'all. If you guys have watched any of my other cooking videos, you know that, or any other video that I mentioned, that I have not really been eating meat, but I'm not even going to hold you. For the past maybe month or so, I've been dibbling and dabbling in eating meat, which I'm going to stop once the holidays are over. I'm just, I don't know, but I was just craving some chicken foot soup, so I had to make it today. So here I am. I got this piece of pumpkin from the local Asian market. A lot of the stuff that I got today, I did get from the local Asian market because you can't really find these things in my local Walmart out here where I live. So we ended up going to Tulsa to the Asian market to get this pumpkin. So I'm just taking the seeds out, cutting up the pumpkin to put in the soup. This makes or break your chickens. Well, you don't necessarily need to use the pumpkin. You could use whatever vegetables you have on hand. But the pumpkin, to me, brings a nice flavor to the chicken foot soup. So I went ahead and seasoned up the chicken off camera, and I'm just adding it to the pot along with the cut up pieces of pumpkin. And then I am going to add some chicken broth and some water just to cover the top of the pumpkin and the chicken foot. Then I'm going to boil that down for a little bit before I add the remaining of my ingredients. So while I have the chicken foot and the pumpkin boiling, I'm going to go ahead and make the dough for my drapas or my spinners. I know in Jamaica they call it spinners, the little dumplings to put in the soup, but in Antigua we call them droppers. So that's what I'm making. You cannot, well, let me tell y'all something. This is a debate in my house, whether to put sugar in dumpling or not. I'm from Antigua. We put sugar in our dumpling. Not cornmeal, sugar. Don't come for me, Jamaicans, okay? We put sugar in the dumpling, not cornmeal. Let me know if y'all rocking with the sugar or the cornmeal. Leave a comment down below and let me know. Let's end this debate. Sugar or cornmeal in your dumpling? So anywho, while I am letting the dough for my dumpling rest, I'm going to go ahead and season up the soup. I usually add thyme in my soup, but I didn't have any, and I forgot to pick some up. So I'm just using whatever herbs that I have on hand, and then I'm adding two cubes of the chicken bouillon, and also my staple seasoning that I use in everything: my onion powder, my garlic powder, my paprika. So you're also going to see me adding some bay leaves later on to the pot, as well as some pimento seeds or whole allspice to the pot. And I'm also going to be adding a can of coconut milk. This is not a necessity. Usually people don't put coconut milk in their chicken foot soup, but I am using this can because I had it in my pantry and I just wanted to use it up. Plus it gives it a nice little it thickens up the soup a little bit. So yeah, I'm adding my coconut milk. Again, it's not a necessity. This is optional, but it came out good to me with the coconut milk, and I probably will use it again when I do another pot of soup. Then I am going to be adding my habanero peppers. Again, I live in the boonies, so we don't have Scotch bonnet peppers out here. So I substitute that with habanero peppers, whole peppers. I don't pierce the peppers. I just put them in there and let them cook down in the soup, and it'll pierce itself. I also added my onions, my garlic, red peppers. Then I'm adding cut up pieces of potatoes, my sweet potatoes or yams, and white sweet potatoes to the pot. So I'm also going to be adding cut up pieces of fresh corn on the cob. I just take the whole corn on the cob and cut them up into small little pieces. And then the piece de resistance, of course, you cannot forget the pumpkin soup mix and the chicken soup mix. Again, I got these from the Asian market because they don't have these at the local grocery store. If I was in Atlanta or Georgia, excuse me, not Atlanta, but Georgia. If I was in Georgia, they would have this at your local Kroger, but unfortunately, we don't live in Georgia anymore. So these are still available to us, however, at the Asian market. And finally, once you have a good boil to your soup, you are going to add your spinners or your droppers to the pot. Here I am just alternating between, I guess, some circles and spinners. I don't know how to explain it, but you see what I'm doing. So I'm alternating between the two shapes of the pieces of dumpling that I'm putting in the pot. And the soup is done. Look how beautiful that looks, guys. And it smelled so good and it tasted even better. Like I said, don't knock it till you try it. But if you are too weirded out by the chicken foot, just try another piece of chicken. Try another cut of chicken. It is really good. It is worth the try, guys. So, so, so good. Ooh, my granny will be proud. This is too good. Amir is saying hi to the camera, y'all. So tell Amir hi in the comments below. But after that delicious, delicious meal, guys, Amir, Savannah, and I started making our Rice Krispie treats. Y'all know how to make Rice Krispie treats. But this is just a little twist to it. We added the pumpkin pie spice, cinnamon, and also like 1/8 cup of pumpkin pie filling. So with that pumpkin pie filling, I placed it in a paper towel to drain out the excess water. Because if you don't, it's going to get mushy. So make sure you drain out that water before you add that pumpkin pie filling. But it turned out really good. And I'm glad that we were able to make it together. I will try this again. You can't really taste the pumpkin pie filling, but you taste a little bit of the spice. But nonetheless, it was really good. A fun little cutesy Halloween recipe to make with your kids. I'm not really a fan of trick-or-treating, so every year we usually do like a candy hunt in the house. We just hide candy all over the house and let them run around to find their candy. But this year I didn't feel like doing all that candy or having them have all that candy, so we decided to make treats instead. It was either between cookies or Rice Krispie treats. They chose Rice Krispie treats, which was a-okay with me. I never want the children to feel like they are missing out on anything just because their friends are doing something. So I usually replace whatever it is that they want to do with another activity that we can do together. Just being able to spend that quality time together is something that I know they will never forget. It will always be a core memory for them. So I am grateful to be able to be doing this with my children. So after we finished making these Rice Krispie treats, we ended up watching The Nightmare Before Christmas together, and we also watched Coco. I know Coco is really not a Halloween movie, but it kind of fits in with the theme. But we had a good time making these treats together and watching movies. That was a great way to end the night. The treats turned out delicious, guys, and it was kid approved. That's all that matters. Thank you so much, guys, for watching until the end of this video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, peace, love, and blessings.